Hey guys, once again, it is so sunny. It is so wonderful here. But I wanted to let you know kind of what's going on this week and over the next couple weeks. So, for the next 2 weeks, we are doing a whopping super long 2 week sermon series. But, and even better and bigger news, the next 2 weeks, we're going to have worship. So we're going to be able to worship together. It will be so good. So, how the kind of rundown of the student ministry, the high school service is going to go is I will do a quick introduction. We'll play a game. We'll do a screen game, something up front. And the whole reason for that, and I guess I should explain this, is not because that's what you always do in student ministry. It's not because I particularly love games either. The whole purpose is so that everybody can come into our space and just breathe a little bit easier. The first thing we do is we just play. It's a space that can be meant for fun and everybody can relax and know I can be myself here. After the game, we're going to lead into a time of worship. I'll kind of preface that as Esther and the team get up and they are going to kill it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. Then we'll go into a message. And after the message, it'll be just like normal. We'll break into small groups. Now, this week and next week, we're going to be talking about this idea of us versus them and how we break into these groups, these tribes of people based off of all sorts of things. And this week, we're going to be diving into the idea, the moment in John chapter 4, when Jesus speaks with the Samaritan woman at the well. And all of these cultural barriers that he's just breaking down with this one single conversation. And we're going to be diving into how Jesus responds to tribalism, how Jesus responds to this idea of us versus them, and how we then need to react. And so what we're really going to be doing these next 2 weeks with our students is trying to set the foundation of creating a culture that is open and loving and accepting of whoever walks through our doors. So that way, if somebody is openly trans and openly LGBT, then they can walk in and feel that they're loved and they're accepted, they're welcomed in. And if somebody is whatever sort of them category that's not a good, normal Christian, that they can be accepted into our space and into the community. Now, I know that might feel like a confusing idea because we're not going to openly encourage lifestyles that are opposed to the Bible and what God says this isn't okay. But what we are going to do is create a space where anybody, absolutely anybody, can belong, no matter how messy they are. Because that's what Jesus does with this Samaritan woman. She's a woman, she's a Samaritan, and she's a huge, what would be called a sinner in her days. Because she's had 5 husbands and she's sleeping with a man that she's not married to. So she's an adulteress too. And yet Jesus breaks down the barriers and has an open, loving, understanding conversation with her. And this week, we're laying the foundation for how can we do that same thing here. So attached below, I've got the small group leader guide. And if you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to dive into or you just want to discuss with all of us volunteers, please drop it in the group chat. I think that would be a lot of fun. And so, guys, I love serving with you. I am praying for you like crazy, and I cannot wait to serve with you this Sunday.